Hey, Chelsea! You'll never guess who I saw coming out of the bargain price supermarket yesterday. You! What the hell are you doing in there?
Hi, Marcia. I regularly shop at that supermarket. What's the problem?
Seriously? You regularly shop at a bargain price supermarket? Oh no, how tragic. Are you joking?
Yes, I do.
Ew, that's so gross. Okay, really, no more joking now. Do you actually shop there all the time?
What's wrong with that?
It's not necessarily that there's anything wrong with it. It's just that, well, take me, for example. I shop at Freshman's, the #1 luxury supermarket in America. My husband's the manager at a company he works at, so we can afford it. He makes so much money, in fact, that I'm able to be a stay-at-home housewife, which is why my family has no links to the likes of bargain price supermarkets. Even just saying it makes me feel sick. Places like that are for commoners. We eat the finest ingredients in our household, and they come by delivery too, I might add. By the way, we're having steak and garlic mushrooms for supper tonight. Guess how much the steaks cost? Okay, I'll tell you. $500 each.
That's great. I'm pleased you're able to eat so well.
Right? It's the kind of meal someone poor enough to shop at a bargain price supermarket could only dream of eating. Don't you agree?
Does shopping at a bargain price supermarket automatically make someone poor?
Oh, do forgive my rudeness. Please, don't misunderstand me. It's not like I'm laughing at you and your husband for being a low-income family. Low-income families like you are the backbone of America. Who would work the menial jobs like delivering my steaks if not for good, hard-working poor folk like you? Oh, I'm so sorry, Chelsea. I wasn't trying to be malicious. Oh, the schools are always trying to drill it into us with flyers and emails. Don't you pay any attention? You know, how important a proper diet is for a child's development. If you keep feeding your kids such rubbish, they might grow up to be poor like you. I just wanted to give you a little reminder. I was only thinking of your little ones, really. I hope you understand.
Marcia, I have to go back to work now, so bye.
Oh dear. People who work decent, respectable jobs are getting ready to go home right now. I get it. You have to work overtime to compensate for your husband's pitiful salary.
My client had some circumstances to deal with, and this was the earliest they could schedule today's meeting.
Right. I'm very kind to poor people, you know. So kind, in fact, that I'm willing to go along with that imaginative little story of yours, if that makes you feel a little better.
Goodbye.
Good luck supplementing the finances. I'm rooting for you, sweetie. Dearie me! Chelsea, is everything okay?
What do you mean?
I just saw you coming out of the fanciest burger joint in New York!
Oh, right. Yeah, that was me. I have a reservation there for 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, so I stopped by to say hello to all the staff beforehand since I was in the area anyway.
A reservation? Oh no, this is just tragic! You don't know, do you? That's a luxury burger joint! Politicians and CEOs eat there, you silly girl! This isn't some cheap fast food joint we're talking about! Those are elite burgers for elite people! Do you have any idea how expensive it is? Even just a regular hamburger is worth $1,000! A single patty probably costs more than your monthly salary!
I know the prices. I eat there every year.
What? Every year? Chelsea, darling, you do know that you don't have to try to show off in front of me, right? I accepted you for who you are. You may be from a low-income family, but you are still my friend. And I have a duty as your friend to be honest with you. Let's face it, you shop at a bargain price supermarket. It's not really suitable for you to be eating at a fancy burger joint like that, is it? You don't have to prove anything to anyone, you know.
I'm not trying to prove anything.
If you go through with this, you're not going to be able to afford anything except the sauce collection. Maybe a slice of lettuce or a couple of fries if you're lucky.
It's fine, you don't need to worry about me. I can afford to eat from the regular menu.
Don't be so unreasonable! Oh no, you're not, are you? Surely you don't plan on eating and running off without paying?
What?
You can't do that! I won't allow you to! It's my duty as your friend to stop you going down that path of evil. This might not be a pleasant conversation to have, but someone's gotta tell you.
The path of evil? Isn't that a bit dramatic? You're starting to creep me out now.
There's nothing else for it. I'll take your reservation.
You'll have to do what now?
Listen, here's the thing. I actually tried to book a reservation for tomorrow myself, but I was told that they were fully booked. Then, at the perfect timing, as if it was fate, you tell me you had a reservation just around the time I was planning to go. How does this sound? To save you the financial damage, the shame, and the embarrassment of going to a restaurant you couldn't afford to eat at in a million years, I'll go with my family instead. 2 birds, 1 stone.
It's fine, really.
It's not fine! Surely you don't plan on throwing my kindness back in my face!
Kindness? From my perspective, it just feels like you're trying to steal my reservation.
Steal? How could you say something so awful?
How could it be anything else when you're being so persistent despite me saying no?
Fine! You've had your chance, Missy. I'm done mincing my words with you. That high-class burger restaurant, it is not the kind of establishment a peasant like yourself can afford to eat at. It's for celebrities, politicians, and CEOs. It's for people from the upper echelons of society, the chosen ones like myself. I suggest you give up if you don't want to end up severely embarrassed. And give me your reservation while you're at it.
No.
Excuse me?
I told you, I eat at that restaurant every year. There's a reason for that. Tomorrow is a special day. There's no way I'm gonna let you have my reservation.
How dare you! You're giving me the reservation, and that's final. 1 phone call to the restaurant from me would be all it takes to have you banned for life.
Something tells me you can't do that.
Oh, yes, I can. I can do whatever I want to. I have money. You dare defy me? I'll come down on you with the rage of 1,000 suns, you miserable little wretch. I have connections. I know people. Chelsea, you went inside the restaurant, didn't you? What on earth are you playing at?
Oh, hi, Marcia.
The time for hi has passed. I had your reservation switched over to my name. What are you doing in there? The restaurant's reputation will be irreparably damaged if people find a lowly peasant like you went inside. You'll make an upholstery smell. Hurry up and get out now. Did you go in pretending to be me?
No, I most definitely didn't. I got a phone call from the restaurant asking for confirmation regarding your call about the name change on the reservation. Naturally, I told them it wasn't me and that I didn't want to change my booking. So, here I am, in the seat I booked, just as planned.
What? There is no way for someone from a low-income family to be behaving! Have you no self-awareness? This defies all common sense and decency. Hurry up and get outside!
You want to come in so badly? Why don't you just sit at the bar in the hopes that a table becomes available?
Excuse me? Me sit at the bar? I feel nauseous.
Apparently you can come in without a reservation if you sit at the bar.
That's not the point. You shouldn't be in there! You're poor, your family are poor, your children will be poor, and your filthy peasant aura is going to upset the clientele if you stay even a moment longer! How many times do I have to repeat myself? There are two kinds of people in this world. Those who can afford to eat at luxury restaurants, and those who can't. It's plain as day which category you fall into, so get out!
I don't remember hearing any rules like that.
It's an unspoken understanding.
Good grief. To think you can't even comprehend something as simple as that. This is why you're poor. Hurry up and get out! I'll be having your table.
So, I hate to change the subject, but your husband's dining with us as part of our group today.
Huh?
I know you mentioned something yesterday about coming with your family, but if your husband's in here with us, who's the guy you're with right now?
I don't know what you mean.
I can see you out the window. Who's that guy gently caressing your leg? You seem to be really familiar with one another. I can see you really clearly. I'm 100% sure it's you.
My husband's in there?
Yup, he's here.
Why? More importantly, why the hell are you eating with my husband? Anyway, you made a mistake. I'm not doing anything, yes. Don't mind him. He's just a friend. You see, he stumbled and his hand slipped.
Oh dear, you seem to be in quite the panic. Are you okay?
What's going on? Nothing makes sense anymore. Hello? Chelsea? I need to speak with you, please.
Hi, Marcia, what is it?
Why didn't you tell me that my husband is an employee at the company you're CEO of? You didn't go to the fancy burger joint to eat with your family, but for the anniversary celebration dinner of your company's foundation. Oh, I had no idea.
I did kind of get the impression you didn't know.
Of course I didn't. Why didn't you tell me?
It was only today that I found out your husband is one of the managers at my company. I also didn't particularly feel the need to let you know I was a CEO. I mean, it's not like we're that close, is it?
Huh?
Besides, I like keeping my work and private life separate. I only know you through nursery. We only see each other outside the gate sometimes while waiting for the kids to get out. There was no way I was going to tell you about my job unless you specifically asked me. Even if I did, I certainly wouldn't start bragging about my position. My job isn't some tool to be used to feel superior to others.
Oh my god. But why would you shop at a bargain price supermarket if you're filthy rich?
Well, that supermarket has a really good reputation for sourcing fresh, quality ingredients at low prices, which really appeals to me.
What?
Quality ingredients at discount prices. What's not to like? That's our family's policy on food, and I plan on instilling the same values in my kids.
Wait, have you been looking down your nose at me this whole time?
Not at all. I just don't have the time or energy to engage in pointless egotistical disputes over social status. Anyway, don't you have something more important than messaging me to be worrying about right now?
Huh?
Your husband knows, you know, about the affair.
What have you done? This would have never happened if you just gave me a reservation when I asked!
Even if you got the reservation, do you think you'd have been able to afford the bill?
What? My family has money. Of course I'd be able to pay.
In any case, you should probably be thankful you're not being charged for 40 people's meals.
40 people?
If your attempt at stealing the reservation had succeeded, you would have owed $7,500.
7,500?
Today is the anniversary celebration of the founding of the company, and being that we're fairly large, it was obviously going to be a big event with a sizable budget. You wouldn't have been able to rely on your husband's money, though. What with him being dead set on divorcing you now, would you? Apparently, he's going to demand compensation, too.
He'd never divorce me.
Is that so? Actually, you know what? Your divorce is none of my business, so I'm gonna leave it there. Good luck to you both. Marcia's confidence in the safety of her marriage was misplaced, and her husband did indeed divorce her. With that, she had no choice but to go and live with her parents. Custody of the kids was handed to her husband due to his stable financials. Marcia's lover was, believe it or not, a college student. It turns out the reason she was so frantically trying to steal my reservation was because it was her boyfriend's birthday. And because she was so desperate to make him like her, she regularly splashed out on lavish restaurants and presents using her husband's money, and even going into debt on top of that. Even more tragically, she had him convinced she was a single CEO. He yelled at her with, what was that cringy line of hers? The rage of 1,000 suns? Before breaking up and leaving her crying in the street. She was disowned by her parents, who were just as furious. Between the compensation and child support payments she was ordered to pay in divorce court, on top of the crippling debt repayments, she didn't have a chance of sustaining her expensive lifestyle, and her delusions of being a high-rolling celebrity disappeared with all of her money. I hear she works 3 jobs now. That's gotta be tough.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Long time no see, Masumi! Sorry, but who is this? It's your bestest ever mom friend, Yumie. What? Yumie? Did you get a new phone? I thought I had you blocked. Yep. But isn't blocking me a bit mean? That's no way to treat your bestie. Is there something wrong with blocking the homewrecker who stole my husband? Oh, come on. That was 3 years ago. I paid you compensation. Isn't it time to let bygones be bygones? I want nothing to do with you ever again. Horrible! Self-introduction? Huh? Nothing. If you want something, hurry up and come out with it. What are you doing now? What do you mean? I heard you took your son and went back to your parents in your hometown after the divorce. So what? So I heard this from a little birdie. You're getting remarried, right? Oh, well, yes, I am. And not just that, but your fiancé is the future CEO of one of the biggest companies in the region, right? Not bad for a divorcee with a kid. I couldn't believe it when I heard. Well, it's because it's an arranged marriage. Can we just leave it at that? Huh? We're done already? I have nothing else to say to you. And me remarrying is none of your business to begin with. I'm going to meet a friend now, so excuse me. Ugh, you're so cold. Masumi, how did your date with Mr. Yoshitake go? What do you mean? I did tell you not to make any careless mistakes, didn't I? Even putting it mildly, as a divorcee with a child, you're the shame of our family. Which is why I told you to make the effort to leave a positive impression so this might actually lead to marriage. What's the point in putting on an act with the guy I'm gonna be spending the rest of my life with? In any case, since I had no say in these marriage talks, I thought showing him the real me at least gives us a chance of things working out moving forward. Good grief, you really must insist on disobeying me at every opportunity. You're nothing like your big sister. Weren't these marriage talks intended for my big sister in the first place? Why me? It couldn't be helped. Your sister didn't want to go along with it. Oh, of course. Now that you mention it, she was boasting about how she'd bagged some handsome, high-spec younger guy. Please don't ask questions you already know the answer to. Fine. Are we done then? I have to go collect my son from my friend's house. See to it that you don't do anything that could ruin these marriage talks. I mean it. Yeah. Long time no see, Masumi! I have the most amazing news to tell you. Hey, Masumi, did you block me? What do you want? Oh, good, you replied. So get this, I have some amazing news. Make it quick. Me and Yoshitake are getting married! Oh? By Yoshitake, do you mean that Yoshitake? Yep, your old fiancé, Yoshitake. What happened with your last husband? Oh, Yuya? I don't know what actually happened with you two after me and him divorced, but I was sure you were gonna get married. Oh, I decided not to. You decided not to? Don't you think Yuya's a little mediocre? Mediocre? You mean like his looks? Not that. Between the sheets. I see. Oh, come on. I know you know what I mean. No, I don't have as many guys as you to compare him with. Plus, I don't really want to have this kind of conversation with you in the first place. Well, whatever. Basically, he just wasn't stimulating enough for me. I dumped him when I got a new boyfriend before he could propose to me. I mean, I dumped that boyfriend straight away, too. Oh, I see. Where does your daughter fit into all this? What do you mean? It's hard to say Mom bringing a new boyfriend home every 5 minutes is a healthy environment for a little girl. Oh, right. She's staying with her dad now. So basically your ex-husband has custody? Yep. Ah, of course. Of course? You make it sound like you expected it. No, but I finally understand why you've been living so recklessly and irresponsibly. And now Yoshitake's your next target. Target? You're just salty about me stealing your fiancé. Well, I'm not wrong, am I? I don't really like what you're saying, but since I feel bad for you, I'm gonna be kind and allow you to continue believing it. Let me make it clear before you go ahead with it. But I hope you know you'll be paying me compensation this time, too. Huh? The wedding day has already been decided. It was supposed to be in 2 months. But with this, Yoshitake bears definitely responsibility for breaking off the engagement. So both he and you, his lover, will be paying me damages. I guess so. But he'll pay my portion, so who cares? I don't think it's a big deal for the future CEO of a major company. I'll be the future boss's wife. It's pocket change. Is that your aim by any chance? Now that would be telling. Anyway, Yoshitake's mind and body have been mine for a long time now. Don't go thinking you can get him back. Okay. I'm actually waiting in front of the office right now to meet him. We're going to hand in our marriage registration form, and after that, I'm going to go meet his parents. Is that so? You don't waste any time. Aw, is someone a sore loser? I suppose it's only natural you're jealous. I really am a naughty girl, aren't I? But it's not my fault this keeps happening. I didn't choose to be this beautiful. Right. Whoopsie! I stole the one you love again. I'm so sorry. LOL. Hey, Masumi! I said hey! Please pick up! What do you want? What the hell's going on? When I went to meet Yoshitake's parents, they started yelling at me. And then they disowned him on the spot and threw salt over him outside the front door. Not only was his position of future CEO revoked, but he got fired from the company. Why? Why is this happening? Oh, didn't you know? Know what? Well, mine and Yoshitake's marriage, to put it simply, was a strategic marriage. What? Strategic marriage? The talks came about as a result of the interests of my dad's company and Yoshitake's dad company being aligned. Wait, what? Your dad's company? Are you the daughter of a CEO? Maybe so, but I've never exactly been treated like it. To return to the subject, These marriage talks were originally meant for my sister.
They were?
To tell you the truth, both families' companies are operating on the brink right now.
Huh?
They thought it would make sense to connect our families through marriage for a number of reasons. My all-important sister didn't want to break up with her boyfriend, so she got engaged to him to get out of it. It turned out I made the perfect sucker to get my family out of trouble, so they had me and Yoshitake get engaged.
What? Does that mean you don't have any feelings for him?
To be completely honest, no, I don't. But understanding there were all sorts of circumstances at play, I decided to be pragmatic about it.
Oh my god. Where's the fun in stealing him now?
Is this really the time to be worrying about that?
What?
This marriage involved a great deal of planning and maneuvering relating to the business operations of both families.
Planning? Maneuvering?
I can't give you all the details because these are internal matters. But apparently, the merging of two families in this way has extremely important implications. The intention was to rebuild the businesses by mutually integrating the technologies and privileges of both companies. To put it even more clearly, the fates of both companies rested on this marriage. That's where you come in, Yumie. Thanks to your vulgar meddling, the plan has been destroyed at its very foundation.
Huh?
Unfortunately, there were no suckers available in their family to get Yoshitake out of the mess he made. So the marriage talks were called off. It's not exactly unreasonable that his parents were furious with you.
This can't be real. I knew nothing.
By the way, my family also just got word of Yoshitake breaking off the engagement and his subsequent engagement to you. They completely lost their minds. And so, my family have broken off all contact with me and my son.
Huh? They broke off all contact? Isn't that a bit strange? I know it might sound weird coming from me, but aren't you the one who got dumped? Why would they break off all contact with you?
They said, this is your fault for being too unattractive to hold down a man.
Huh?
From the beginning, I was always the despised second daughter. Then, after my divorce 3 years ago, I became known as the divorcee who came crawling back home with a kid. Ever since then, until this day, I constantly get it in the neck for being the shame of the family. So that's why. They intended to use these marriage talks and the salvaging of the company as an opportunity to finally get rid of their unwanted daughter. But then, that damn woman went sticking her nose in and now everything's falling apart at the seams, as they put it.
Wait!
But as far as I'm concerned, since I'm living in the next town, because I didn't actually go as far as moving back into the family home, I feel like I can finally get some peace.
Huh? What?
Which means, as soon as the procedures for breaking off the engagement are done with, I'll be doing a prompt vanishing act and moving away.
What? You're moving?
So good luck with everything! And that was the story of how Yumie destroyed two families' marriage talks with her meddling. My father's and the other company were forced to merge into another company in the same industry. Anyone watching from the sidelines might think I'd be unhappy. But to be honest, this has all been a huge relief. Yoshitake covered both his and Yumie's consolation money. I suspect he might have felt a little guilty. However, with that, his savings disappeared. What's more, he was out of a job. And to make matters worse, to his disbelief, he found out that Yumie was in mountains of debt. Apparently, they began their married life in poverty in a run-down apartment. Just before I moved, I did happen to see a very disheartened-looking Yumie. But hey, that's her problem. As for me, I have my son to think about. So I'm gonna work hard for the two of us in our new home.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey sis, how's it going? Grandpa Grandpa's funeral's over now, right? It was yesterday, right?
Are you seriously asking me this? Why didn't you come, Daisy? Mom and the others were all waiting for you.
'Cause funerals are a drag. Be real. Who'd want to waste their precious time and money to stand around looking all miserable and depressed for someone who's not even around to appreciate it anymore? Not only that, but I would have had to go all the way back to Grandma and Grandpa's house in the middle of nowhere. Besides, I didn't even like Grandpa.
Excuse me? So that's why you missed his funeral? It's not about whether you liked him or not. He thought a lot of you. He looked out for you ever since you were little. He was family, and you should have been there to pay your respects.
That's funny. I don't remember him looking out for me even once. All I remember is him constantly barking orders at me. You need to study more. You should be studying. Study, study, study. He was always scolding me for having bad manners too. Like, who actually does that in this day and age? Plus, his curfews were always so early. He was always flipping out at me because I couldn't live up to his impossible standards. Wanna know the truth? I hated him.
You know why he did those things? Because your manners are foul. Jesus, Daisy, all he did was ask you to say please and thank you. He had a point with the studying, too. You never do anything. I've never met anyone so lazy in my life. Besides, he only flipped out at you because you ignored his curfews. You knew you were supposed to go home at 5 p.m., yet sometimes you'd stay out till as late as 9. At 10 years old?
That's normal at that age. It's not like he was my dad. What the hell did it have to do with him? Maybe you two got along because you're as much of a stubborn blockhead as he was.
It has nothing to do with being stubborn. I just agreed with him. He may have been strict at times, but he only did it because he loved us and wanted us to succeed in life. He said he felt like he could take me anywhere because I was so mature. And I don't say that trying to brag. I genuinely think it was down to the discipline he instilled in me. If it wasn't for him, I would have never learned what a joy it can be to study and learn new things.
This is nauseating. Could you be any more stuck up? Hanging out is way more fun than studying.
Maybe your complete unwillingness to study and your compulsive need to be out with your friends drinking and doing God knows what else at every possible moment had something to do with your horrendous attendance record in middle school and you dropping out of high school. Then you ended up meeting that good-for-nothing guy and moving away to California. To top it all off, you actually have the nerve to call mom and dad several times a year to pester them for money. I hate to say this, Daisy, but you're a failure and a disappointment.
Life is all about having fun. Anyway, please quit your harping on now, 'cause you're boring, okay? Let's get down to business. What about the will? So, how much inheritance did Grandpa leave behind?
Wow. Let me get this straight. Despite the fact you didn't even help out preparing the funeral, let alone actually show up to it, you actually have the nerve to go after his inheritance? This is a new low, even for you.
What's the problem? Money is way more important than some perpetually grumpy old dude who's already kicked the bucket. Well, how much did he leave behind? You guys must have calculated it by now, right?
Including his property, assets, and cash money, about $1.5 million.
1.5 million? OMG! Like, OMG! I'm gonna be rich! I didn't know Grandpa had so much money. Wow. Well, maybe he wasn't so bad after all.
There isn't a combination of words in the English language that could describe how despicable you are. You honestly make me sick.
1.5 million. Oh, what should I do with my 1.5 million? Ooh, should me and my boyfriend splash out on a big mansion and live like A-list celebrities like we've always dreamed of being? Or maybe we should go on a trip around the world.
You have the mind of an elementary school kid. You don't actually think you have any hope of getting the entire inheritance, do you?
Well, sure, maybe not. But a girl can dream. What's the harm in that, Miss Buzzkill?
As long as you're aware it's just that, a dream, you can do whatever you like.
But even still, if there's 1.5 million in total, things are looking good. Thanks, sis. I'm done with you now. That's all I wanted to ask.
Why? What good is knowing how much inheritance there is to you?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? That's classified information, and I ain't telling you anything, sucker. I'll be in touch. Make sure you take care of the money for me, won't you? Toodles!
Take good care of it for you? What do you mean? Daisy, are you there? Damn it, you better not be planning anything stupid.
Hey, sis. Thanks for looking after the money. I'll be needing it soon, so can you bank transfer it to me tomorrow?
Huh? The money? What do you mean? I don't have any money for you.
Oh, stop joking around. I mean, Grandpa's inheritance, you doofus. I want my share. Send me it.
Excuse me? Your share?
Duh, yes, my share. Surely you finished splitting it between everyone now. At least 750K of it must be mine, right? Well, guess what? Me and my boyfriend had a mansion built with my share. It's so luxurious you wouldn't believe.
You did what? You had a mansion built? A $750,000 mansion?
Yep, me and my boyfriend are going to be living together there. It's gonna be our little love nest. Or should I say big love nest? Oh, seriously, sis. You should see it. It's freaking huge. So, hurry up and open your banking app, slowpoke.
You never cease to amaze me. I don't even know what to say. I am astonished beyond words.
Oh, I don't care what you have to say. It's not why I'm messaging you. I just need my money. Message me when it's sent, okay?
Listen, Daisy, about Grandpa's inheritance, neither of us have inheritance rights.
What? Inheritance rights? What are those?
It means we don't get any of it. Grandma's still alive and well. And then there's Dad and all of his brothers who are all fit and healthy too.
What? I don't get any money? Why not? Why does Grandma and Dad still being healthy have to do with anything? Why don't I get any money?
What do you mean, why? How don't you understand? As a general rule, grandchildren don't get inheritance. There's an order of priority. Naturally, Grandma gets the lion's share because she was his wife. After Grandma, Dad, and all of our uncles, Grandpa's sons, are next in order of priority. Then there's his brothers and sisters who are still very much alive and kicking. The only time we, being his grandchildren, would be in line to get anything would be if, God forbid, anything happened to Dad, in which case we'd probably be eligible for something through succession law. Basically, since Dad and the others are all alive and well, we're not even eligible to inherit through succession, let alone normally. Even if for argument's sake we did end up getting something, it certainly wouldn't be the $750,000 you seem convinced is already yours. Do you understand now?
Huh? I don't know if I follow. I thought inheritance got split between the entire family.
You thought wrong. If that were the case, there would be so many inheritors that each individual would barely end up getting anything.
Oh, I see. Well, I don't agree. That's not fair. Why should Dad get money if we don't? Besides, inheritance should go to the grandchildren first. I need it more than anyone. Me not getting anything is just criminal.
Criminal? What planet are you on? It's precisely because of inheritance law that you're not getting anything. It says, I request that my assets be distributed according to law in his will. You can read it if you don't believe me. There's no law that says inheritance should go to the grandchildren.
Nuh-uh. No. Law or not, I simply don't agree. I want my $750K. Where's my money? Not fair.
Oh, come on, Daisy. Stop throwing a tantrum. You're not 6 anymore. You're such a moron. I'm actually embarrassed to call you my sister. Give it a rest already. Not only is it the law, but it's written in the will itself. You can kick, scream, and bawl your eyes out as much as you like, but you are not getting a single cent. Are you still incapable of understanding despite having it explained to you like you're a child? Don't make me repeat myself.
But, how am I meant to pay for my mansion now? I have to pay by the end of this month.
Not my problem. You're the one who had it built, not me.
Oh, gee. How could you do this to me? If you don't give me the money, I'm gonna be in a world of trouble. You have, no idea. Why should Dad be the only one who gets any money? Why don't you seem to care that you're not getting anything? We are his grandkids, yet Dad gets all the money? Aren't you annoyed? Doesn't this make your life difficult too?
Not in the slightest. It was never my money to inherit in the first place. It makes no difference to me who gets it. My life will continue as it has until now, completely unchanged.
That's not fair! Why should I be the only one who suffers? If I don't get that money, I'm not going to be able to live in my new mansion! My life is over!
You were gonna live there with your boyfriend, right? Why not just work together and come up with the money somehow?
How the hell am I going to do that? No, impossible! I told him I'd buy him a $750K mansion! Not only that, but I said it in front of everyone too! I can hardly tell him to pay for it now, can I?
In front of everyone? What do you mean?
My boyfriend works as a male stripper. Obviously, I'm the only girl with the key to his heart. But still, I don't like some of the stories he tells me about how girls are with him. And I see the way they look at him when I go in to check up on him sometimes. I know he'd never do anything, but I wanted to show him how much better than I was than those girls by buying him a mansion. So I knew for sure he'd never leave me.
Oh my.
Aha! I've got it! You can get the money off Grandma for me.
What?
She got most of Grandpa's money, right? Dad would never give me anything because he's super strict and grumpy just like Grandpa was. But I think if you really try hard to convince her, Grandma might just give it to us. Maybe you could try crying?
Wow. Are you seriously asking me to pester our grieving grandma for her dead husband's money? Congratulations, Daisy! Just when I thought it was impossible, you've exceeded all expectations yet again. You are officially the biggest scumbag of all time.
Shut up! Don't talk to me like that. Besides, it's not pestering. I'm just thinking logically here. What's the point in Grandma having all that money when she's probably gonna die soon anyway? I could put it to much better use.
Are you even a human being? It's like there's a big $sign where your heart's supposed to be.
'Cause money is important. If I can just get the money for the mansion, all my problems will be solved, and I can finally be happy. If you won't do it for me, I'm gonna have to go to Grandma's house myself.
Good luck. She doesn't live there anymore.
Huh?
She sold up and moved away after the funeral. She might be in good health for her age, but she is still old, and it would be too stressful for her to look after such a big house all on her own. She went back to live with Mom in her hometown in Idaho.
Idaho? Why the hell would she move so far away? How am I supposed to get my money? I'll never see it now.
Hurrah! You finally understand! That's right, you'll never see the money, so you may as well just give up.
You're all working against me. I know it. I bet you all planned this together, didn't you? My life will be over if I don't get that money. Just give it to me. This is ridiculous.
The only thing that's ridiculous here is you. You don't show up at your own grandpa's funeral. You have a freaking mansion built with inheritance money that's not even yours. Then you talk about pestering your grieving grandma for her dead husband's money? No matter how you look at it, the only one being ridiculous here is you. Even if you do end up in trouble as a result of all this, you only have yourself to blame. Just give up already.
I can't. What am I supposed to tell my boyfriend about the mansion? It's nearly finished. I need that money. Please, give me it. I'm begging you.
You got yourself into this mess. Now you can get yourself out of it. Goodbye, you big baby. After that, Daisy started panicking and our entire family got spammed with phone calls one by one. We'd all been sick with her behavior for a while, but this was the straw that broke the camel's back. Needless to say, she didn't get a cent out of anyone. She never even got to set foot into the new mansion she'd had built. No sooner had she bought it, she was forced to sell the mansion and the land it was built on. Now, she's up to her ears in debt, and if I'm honest, I can't see her ever paying it all off. To add insult to injury, her stripper boyfriend broke up with her the moment he found out what happened. I hear she's juggling 3 different part-time jobs these days, getting by on 2 hours of sleep a night, desperately trying to keep up with the debt repayments. She's a shameless moron of such epic proportions that it's embarrassing to think she's my sister. I was worried her being in so much debt might have ramifications for me and the rest of our family, so just to be safe, I made sure to warn them all not to lend her money under any circumstances. I meant what I said. She got herself into this mess, and she needs to get herself out of it. The rest of us are so done with her shenanigans.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.